Black River Produce has roots as humble as they come. Started in Ludlow, Vermont by two self-proclaimed ski bums, Steve Birge and Mark Curran met on the slopes in the 1970s. The two forged an idea for a new business that would fill the gap in a new market, supplying the area with high-quality fresh fruits and vegetables. Today, Black River Produce employs over 200 Vermonters and supports more than 3,000 wholesale customers throughout the New England area. The company was recently acquired by Reinhardt Food Service, a partnership which produced the Better Together movement. That old VW bus has evolved into a fleet of over 50 refrigerated trucks. But Mark and Steve's initial passion for delivering fresh food straight from the Vermont farmers and vendors remains as strong as ever.
But I can think back to the days when Steve and I, had that Volkswagen van. It was not refrigerated. And even the first truck that we got, big truck, was not refrigerated. And we used to think, wow, what if we had like a refrigerated truck?
In the very beginning, we just brought ourselves to the table as far as this is who we are, this is how we treat people, this is how hard we work. We both worked very hard from day one, and that's just in our makeup.
I think a lot of people that see Steve interact they sort of are amazed at how little interaction. I mean, we sit 10 feet from each other. We've sat 10 feet from each other for 40 years. We almost don't have to communicate.
You just kind of know who somebody is, from the get-go. You have a gut feeling.
I think the key is that we both have a lot of respect for each other. And if he makes a decision, I'm not going to second guess him, and vice versa. And that's what's brought the success of the business.
A lot of respect for Mark. We've always been good friends. We've always worked hand in hand, day to day, day in and day out. And we've never really, had any arguments or big disagreements. We just think alike, and we want to do the right thing.
People always say thank you, especially to Mark and Steve. But nobody's probably really said thank you the right way to them.
Even when I was a little kid, washing dishes in Ludlow, I would go and pick up produce. They had just a handful of trucks then, I guess, but to see it where it is now is amazing.
They built a great foundation, starting almost 40 years ago. And I think they've entrusted and empowered their next layer of management to either pushing us in the right direction or let us continue in the direction that we're doing.
I can't say I ever felt like an employee. I feel like a partner. I feel like someone who's there with them playing the game. All the time. That's probably why they're most successful, because you don't feel like you work for them. You work with them, and that makes a difference.
Thank you, Mark and Steve, for everything that you've done. You've been amazing employers.
I guess I would say thanks. Thanks for starting this and keeping the good times rolling.
I'll always just say thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for letting me play with you guys and enjoying this and getting and actually learning from them, learning how they did it and interpreting it and keeping it alive and keeping it going. So I'd just say thanks for the job.
I think if I could say something to them, I'd say they changed my life for better, for the best. That without them, I'd be less of a person, I'd be less of a human being, I'd be less of a manager, I wouldn't be complete, I would still be searching for something that I may not never find. With what Mark and Steve have taught me, they've taught me to be grateful. So I thank them for that.